Let's move on now because fan groups are calling on FIFA to pause World Cup ticket sales just a week after they went up online. They're concerned about the governing body's popularity pricing strategy. It means fans of nations involved in blockbuster games could be asked to pay more than 5 times what it cost for tickets at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Let's speak live now to football travel expert Danny Navarro. Danny, thanks for your time again on Sky News. I was going to leave it a few more weeks before speaking to you again, but this just keeps on going, doesn't it? How much of a backlash now has there been over this pricing strategy?
Quite frankly, I've been speaking to my friends, and they're basically warning the world and to FIFA, like, we're not that rich if you expect only for US fans. And by US fans, I do include myself as both an American citizen and as a fan of Colombia, to by ourselves be able to sell out the entirety of the 2026 World Cup. We need the world to be able to come here. And of course, that includes a whole series of other issues with the travel restrictions that are being put in place to multiple fans. But when it comes to these prices, it is absolutely ridiculous.
What's the biggest issue, you think?
This feels like price gouging. You know, price gouging of I understand of of an entertainment product that might not be seen by a lot of people as like something that's necessary for life. Totally understandable. But when you compare it to not only to the 2022 Qatar World Cup, but when you compare it to the several previous World Cups, this is an insane price increase from 50% to 460% price increase. Again, we're not that rich in the United States ourselves. For FIFA to be expecting us to shell out, hundreds if not thousands of dollars. Now, I say this, mind you, with myself looking to apply for several tickets to go to the Colombia matches in Mexico, but I'm definitely skipping the one in Miami where we're playing against Portugal because that's supposed to be $700 for Category One, and then on the resale market, they're going for 5 times the price. So much so that the Colombian FA president was warning Colombian fans both in Colombia and in the United States in the diaspora not to buy those resale tickets.
I remember covering that Brazil 2014 World Cup. When Argentina got to the final, the Argentinian fans just jumped in their cars, drove across the border, slept in them in Rio just to be there, whether they had a ticket or not. That's not going to happen
Right.
this time, right?
No, I mean, quite frankly, that's not really a good travel strategy to say the least. I think this is too much of a continental World Cup. This is too much of too many issues going on at once for me to, with confidence, be able to suggest to someone, yes, go ahead and sleep in your car, or even go to a campground and sleep there. And we do have to start criticizing the tourism industry, not only in the United States, but we also have to criticize it in Canada and Mexico for increasing these prices to levels of price gouging. I myself, like I said, I've grown up in Miami, Florida. I remember when hurricanes will come by, there will be price gouging laws to prevent, things like water and electricity to go up in such a ridiculous price. I really do think that the prices you're seeing here are not just simple supply and demand economics at work. This is straight up price gouging. The fact that, fortunately for me, I was able to use hotel points to save myself $12,000 on a 5-night stay in Guadalajara, that is ridiculous.
What's your advice to fans who want to support their team in the easiest, cheapest way possible?
I mean, if you have not been planning now, it might be a bit late, or rather, you're gonna have to, get with me, perhaps on a consultation on my website, or just you're gonna have to stay up at all nighters, probably for the next couple of days, and really research Google Flights, research the hotels. You're probably not going to be staying at the host city. You might have to stay in suburb areas of the major host cities. We're gonna have to figure something out in multiple different directions in order for you to be able to save as much money as possible.
Okay, Danny Navarro, really appreciate your advice to us this morning here on
No,
Sky News. Thank you.
of course. Thank you, Alex.